Ki khubor ka Batesi TV. Ka umdi basnyambat penjaslian. Rupa Premium Meghalaya. Ka East West Group of Institution Bangalore, ka Kot Admission nagamta ka Nursing but Paramedical Course, ka bala itu da ka Indian Nursing Council, ka By Admission ka Badunatam, but 6% ka Jinyokam. Pila ru ban apply da ka Education Loan.
Kamukam College Shillong ka Kot Admission haki degree but diploma course ban long chef hotelier but QA ban dip khap mania fila ban call haki niki number.
Ka Drug Reduction Elimination and Action Mission klashim sa kawepat ka sinjam dak bay trailang bat ka Sanker Hospital nakabenta ban ni kay Pyntbit ikining kay Skul bakindup long Nongïasyllok haki Skul gi jongki bat ki Khynnah Skul gi puli haki class 2 hadu class 5 ya kanila Pyntbit do menteri ka tanah social welfare ba polling do haki jin kran bakilar pathai ku bor ringkat ke jinalang jong mission director jong Drug Reduction Elimination and Action Mission ba Francis Karshiyeng Uba Paul le thoru bahadin ka sarkar lawanra ka Drug Reduction Elimination and Action Mission ka jingdan jagi brig badi drug lahir hadu arpho nakashispa.
As you are all aware, the government through our department is going all out in its effort to contain and eventually eradicate drugs and the menace of drug trafficking from the state of Meghalaya. So we have adopted a multi-pronged approach which is bearing results today. As I indicated to you last time that the addiction rate has gone down by about 20%. But this does not mean that we rest on our laurels. The department is committed to further enhancing its efforts to contain this menace, and in this one of the major initiatives that we have adopted today is that we will start by catering and addressing this menace from the embryonic stage, meaning we make efforts not to allow our young teens to be fascinated and take to drugs. So to do that, the DREAM mission has recently collaborated with Sanker Center for Neurology and Mental Health, and we are now going for a course which Sanker is already running, where teachers will be trained in counseling students, young children from classes 2 to class 5, where they will be impressed with the need to stay free from substance abuse. In this regard, I'm happy to share with you that the cost of this entire course is rupees 10,000, out of which the government will bear 50% of the course fee. So that's a major initiative that I'd like to share with you. Government funding teachers who will act as counselors in addressing, because we can't have all school children gathered in one place, so that we will instead train teachers who will act as counselors in the respective schools, for which government is funding 50% of the course fee. Another initiative that we have started is that we have one major football club, the Shillong Lajong Football Club, which has partnered with us in campaigning for the destigmatization and also reaching out to the youth population. Coming to specific achievements at the ground level, we are in constant touch with faith-based institutions, then also with the Meghalaya Users Forum, they are in constant touch with our mission director. And also community leaders, youth groups, NGOs have been interacting with the mission director on a regular basis. The themes of which include destigmatization, decriminalization, legal awareness, and youth engagement spaces. Another aspect of this multi-pronged approach, which we are giving a lot of emphasis on, is vocational and skill development. We have found that this is a very successful model when it comes to weaning away those who have fallen prey into addiction. So training sessions have been conducted at New Hope De-Addiction Center, both for male and female addicts. We are also collaborating with the MSSDS, the Don Bosco, ITIs, and we are offering courses in plumbing, welding, food processing, mobile repair, photography. A major initiative that is in the pipeline and will take place shortly is the launch of a statewide drug abuse survey with the UNODC, which is a UN-based organization, United Nations Organization on Drugs and Crime. And this will help us to update information and also identify areas based on their vulnerability factor. We are in the process, as I indicated in the last meeting, of procuring 2 vehicles which will be tasked with narcotic scanning, one of which is already on its way, and we expect that with the constant intervention of the DG police, this should materialize soon. Sniffer dogs, and I'm happy to share with you that they are currently being trained. It'll take another six months before we complete the training of the sniffer dogs.
The police trainers have also already got 9 police trainers.
9 police.
To assist with the training.
Okay. The joint VDP training and community intelligence initiatives, quite a few Dorpar Shnongs have already come forward and applied for being recognized as VDPs. In Shillong, until DREAM came into being, there are only 11 VDPs, and now we expect this number to go up at least by double the current number, as we have been having regular interaction and consultative meetings with the Dorpar Shnongs. In the cantonment area, which has always been seen as something which is off the radar, beyond the reach of the state government, I'm happy to share with you that the CEO of the Cantonment Board is now partnering with the Dorpar Shnongs of areas within the Cantonment Board. In Jhalupara, for instance, a major point where there is also a large concentration of migrant population, CCTVs will be installed, and we are also engaging, as I mentioned, with faith leaders. So the Catholic Diocese has agreed to set up new rehab centers. One of them, which we have initiated and which will take place shortly, is the RTCC in Nonghikai district. Another key aspect in this fight is the dearth of manpower to handle the addicts,
Detox.
as we require detox centers. And although we have detox centers in the state, I had already indicated last time that we have a shortfall of trained psychiatrists and trained manpower, for which the mission director had undertaken an exposure tour to Kerala, and I'm happy to share with you that we are shortly coming up with an MOU with the Kerala Psychiatric Society, where about 72 psychiatrists have been identified, and based on our resource position, we should be able to engage and the service of at least a few in the first phase of these psychiatrists, and also to upscale our intervention where detox is concerned.
At the moment, we have only 2 detox centers. One is in Tura and one is in Shillong. We need to increase. Although there are private detox centers, but we are more concerned about the marginalized youth of our society and most of the BPL family. So it is the government's intention that we have more government-run detox centers. So these psychiatrists from, unfortunately, because due to the shortage of psychiatrists, we are unable to open detox centers. So we are in discussion with the Psychiatric Society of Kerala, and shortly we'll have an MOU with them and have a discussion with them, and maybe we will be able to encourage them to come and work with us. And they are more than willing. I have had a discussion with them, and they are more than willing to come and work with us. You see, the idea is, the main theme of this idea is to catch them young. The government feels that if we can capture the minds of those in from class 2 to class 5, this will be a long-term strategy in our fight against drugs. But the dream itself or the government itself cannot visit these thousands of schools in the EU. So we have had a discussion with Sanker. Sanker has already been running a school counseling course. We feel that if every school has a counselor, then these counselors can play a very vital role and important role to work on them, to encourage children between class 2 and class 5. And that will have a long-term impact, where in a few years and all that, we will see a huge drop in substance abuse. I've had a discussion with, in fact, the director of Diesel, Directorate of Education and School Literacy, and they are very keen on this. So it is actually, and I've gone to around schools, particularly hotspots of Molai, and I've had a discussion with many schools there. I've personally visited and spoken with the principals. All of them agree that a counselor is vital in each school. Unfortunately, some schools cannot afford to appoint counselors. So this course, we are encouraging the principals, the schools, to nominate one teacher, and that teacher becomes a counselor in the schools. So the idea is at least to have a counselor in the school, and that will have a great impact on our long-term strategy. The course is only for 10 teachers, but we are hoping that it will increase slowly.
Each year we will upscale.
The idea is, this is a one course, so in 10 months we'll be training 100 teachers, but we are partnering with Sanker. They may be increasing the number of trainees, and the idea is that these trainers can influence the children. The course fee is 10,000 rupees per year, and the government is willing to pay 50% of the course fees. And most of the schools are more than willing to partner. What you're saying, the one advantage that we have with Kerala is they are in English speaking. So that is already at least 25 to 30% of the language problems issue. Obviously, there will be have language barriers, but we'll have to help assist with some local intervention. But at least it's a start. The important thing, because for rehabilitation of any youth who has fallen in this problem, is the first step is detox. Unless they have undergo detox, they cannot go into rehabilitation. So that's the first step. So in a detox center, to run a detox center, a psychiatrist is mandatory to run that center. So without psychiatrists, we are also lost. And unfortunately, we have only 11 government psychiatrists in the state. So, and most of them are based in Shillong, in Nimans and civil hospital. So we are having a crisis. So these are interventions which DREAM has looked, we have seen, these are the issues which are plaguing. There are multiple issues. So this is one issue which we need to address. So although the language, I agree, that will be some issue, but then nevertheless, I think something, we have to start with something, we can't. And we're looking also for local psychiatrists who are trained, and we will also engage with them, definitely. The Psychiatrists Society of Shillong also, we will be engaging with them. But unfortunately, the thing is, we have to start out in the districts. So maybe some of them may not be willing to move to the districts, and so we can engage with these from Kerala.